Hello everyone, it's me. I'm Corinne from PNP Tribe. If you want to know more about me, you can always go to pnp411.com. Get the free course for weight loss. I lost 100 pounds and now I help other women do the same through a podcast, free course, all kinds of good stuff. Today we're going to talk about going from hating exercise to loving exercise and how you do it, because I work with a lot of women who are just like me. They probably struggled with their weight the majority of their life. For those of you who don't know me, I started off with a weight problem at 9 years old. I'd moved to Nashville. My parents had divorced, and you just eat and you learn to eat. And I grew up in the 80s where it was like fast food and we didn't know how terrible it was and all that kind of good stuff. So I gained a lot of weight, and I was not one of those kids that was going to be naturally slim like my brother was. So that gene passed me by. And then throughout high school, elementary school, I was in my 200s. And then throughout my 20s, I was anywhere from around 175 when I would restrict and do all the things, and bounce back up to 250 several times. And then once and for all, I lost the weight when my son was 1. If you want more about my story, you can always go over to the podcast, Losing 100 Pounds. Episode 1 is where I talk about all of my weight loss. And the reason why I wanted to focus on exercise today is for a few reasons. One, my private clients, all in my membership, we're doing a mile a day challenge right now. So hashtag PNP mile a day for all of you who are doing it. I am consistent. I've gotten it in every day. My co-host of the podcast, I saw on Instagram this morning, she was getting her mile in last night. So we do it every year. We've been doing it for years now. It's a lot of fun. It's just where we always use December as a really good way to build momentum for the new year. And that's what I would encourage all of you, especially those of you who are going to be using the holidays as an excuse to just fuck it all until the new year, when you're going to get your shit together once and for all. If you do that every single year, guys, and then after the new year, you quit, you have established a pattern. Now is the time to break that pattern. You do not want to wait till the new year to do it all. And one of the best ways to break a pattern is to just do something different. You do not need to try to lose all of your weight in the month of December, but just starting with something simple like, I think I could move for 20 minutes a day. And that's what we're having our people do. They either walk for 20 minutes, meditate, do yoga, strength train, whatever they want to do. We call it mile a day, so that for those of you who just want to walk and clock something, they have something to go by. But we just tell them, like, look, the minimum is you have to be doing something for 20 minutes that would be considered good for your body. And that's what I want to talk about in terms of, I'm going to I don't know if you guys can see it, but the beautiful Peloton is right here. I finally dove in and got one. I wanted this heifer last year. And I didn't get it. I got a treadmill so that my husband and I both could run. And I finally took the plunge, and I'm going to give a full review over it in a minute about I'll give you a sneak peek. It's glorious. I will not be saying anything bad about my baby. So the thing about exercise that I think slays most people is we all think that exercise has to be beast mode, getting in the gym, killing it. You need to be sore for days. You have to be miserable and all that kind of stuff. I will say that nowadays, now I've been doing this for 13 years now, exercising consistently. I have had ebbs and flows of what I like to do. So when I first started, I walked. I was 250, wore out, was not used to doing anything, and I'd never played any kind of sports. So I had zero fitness background, like zero. Everything whipped my ass royally. So I started with walking for 15 minutes a day, and I stayed very consistent with that until my body got to the point to where it could do other things. If you're new to me, guys, everybody who's posting, I usually answer questions at the end, just so you know. And hello to all my girls. Hi, Mary. So start with something that you are willing to do. It does not, this is the thing I tell people when it comes to starting with exercise. You don't have to push yourself way outside of your comfort zone. You just need to put a toe in the water of your outside of your comfort zone. So like a nice walk with your dog counts. There's all kinds of YouTube videos that you can do. If you go to YouTube and you Google, just search for walking videos. Sorry. For those of you who want to start with walking, there's those. You can go to YouTube. There's a really good channel for those of you who might want to actually do some weights and you'd rather do it at home, called Fitness Blender. They do a really nice job. So like there's free yoga videos all over the place. If you want to do chair yoga stuff, I've got several clients that do chair yoga, but for all different kinds of reasons. If you go to doyogawithme.com, their services are free. So like money is never an excuse. Where you do it, you can do it at your house. So like if you're not ready to go to the gym and you don't want others seeing you yet, that's never an excuse. If you're on this Facebook Live, technology is not an excuse. You have a way to make it happen. The other one is time. Start small. I swear to God, just start with 5 to 10 minutes of doing something consistently each day. Don't go blowing it out of the water. The point of starting to love exercise is not so much, are you doing, like, this is what your brain's going to want to say. Man, it's not good enough. Your brain will whine like an asshole big time if you start with where you're at. And you need to tell your brain, you know what's not good enough? Not doing jack shit. That's the truth. So here's what we will be doing. We're going to do this while you throw a temper tantrum. It's no different than if you go to the grocery store and you got to get the food and your kid's throwing a tantrum and you just keep shopping. That's what you need to do when the not good enough bullshit starts up in your brain, guys. You're just like, we're not leaving. Cry all you want, slam all the doors, whatever you want to do, but this is happening. And you need to tell your brain that, because the only reason why it's saying that is because it wants you to do nothing. Sitting on your ass and drinking coffee is a lot easier than walking in your living room for 5 to 10 minutes. So make sure you're really clear in your head about the bullshit stories you'll tell yourself that won't even allow you to get started. And people will say to me all the time, like, but 5 to 10 minutes, you know, I've got like 100 pounds to lose. There's no way I can lose 100 pounds doing that. And I'm like, well, I did it. Sorry, but that shit works. I lost 100 pounds not because I became a beast of an exerciser. I lost 100 pounds because I fucking showed up on day one and walked for 15 minutes. And then the next day I did the exact same damn thing. And I quit listening to all the things in my head that were just a bunch of shit to get me to eat cookie dough, ice cream, and sit on my ass instead. Your brain will tell you those things. It will make it sound like, oh, but we have a self-esteem problem. You ain't got no goddamn self-esteem problem. You know what you have? Your brain is being sneaky and trying to get you to do things that are fun, that taste good, that give you a sugar rush. It's like, think about like a crack dealer. You know, like a crack dealer is going to make it sound great. Your brain is like a crack dealer. It's like, come on. You know, this is going to be amazing. It's cheap. It's this, it's that. So your brain is about on that level. So just don't listen to it. Allow it to like bitch and moan, but do it anyway. Because what will happen is your brain will quit bitching and moaning when it starts to realize, oh, new pattern. Okay, this is great. So start with 10 to 15 minutes. The other big thing, so like one is you need to get that pattern interrupt going. You need to just get started. I always recommend when people want to start working out, you start with what you're willing to do. That it is no different than the way I teach you guys how to lose weight. Exercise is not for weight loss. Exercise is what you do for you. Weight loss is the same thing. When I teach you guys about food, you make a plan on what you're willing to do. They mirror each other. We're really practicing doing what we say we will do, rather than planning a bunch of bullshit and talking ourselves out of it. You're going to practice something, you might as well practice the one that's going to give you some forward progress. All right, so the next thing is like pick something you actually damn it like. So I have a client named Stephanie. She has lost, I think as of yesterday, she posted in the tribe that she's lost 120 pounds. She has, I don't know how much more Stephanie has to go, maybe 50, 70 pounds, something like that. I can't remember. I read Tuesday is Transformation Tuesday in our tribe. And it is like blowed up with success stories. And I was trying to pull out the ones where people had found they had a lot of weight to lose and they had found a passion for exercising. And just like had never been like into fitness and stuff. And so Stephanie was one of them. So I want to give a shout out to, I think it's Stephanie. I'm going to butcher your last name, Stephanie. It's not Heredia. But anyway, I don't know if she's on here, but anyway, she became like a Zumba instructor and all kinds of stuff. So she's a little spitfire. I met her in Vegas. Her and her husband go to Vegas a lot. And I was out there one time and we had coffee and she's amazing. Her husband is super supportive. But she has just been killing it this year. So I just wanted to give her a special shout out. And I have another client who I think she's lost 120 pounds too. Anyway, Miss Lindsay Graham. She also started with me and has started losing weight, and she picked up running. She did our first ever half marathon last year. And so one of them became a runner, one of them became a dancer. What they both did was they did something that in their heart told them, I would really like to do this. Like, I'm super interested in this. And so they just got started. And if running is your thing, I have a friend who has an amazing podcast for starting to run at all sizes. It's called, oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot. It's Jill Angie, and it's the Not Your Average Runner podcast. I highly recommend going and listening to it. She is just as foul-mouthed as I am. She's just as sassy as I am. She's great. A lot of my girls in the tribe all listen to Jill, and they're a part of her free Facebook group and stuff. She will not steer you wrong. And then Mary Jo, I don't know if Mary Jo can comment. I don't know who all's in here, but if one of my coaches here, if we have other girls that, I know I've got another client who's lost, is Judith here? Judith, are you here? She's lost I think 60 or 70 pounds, has fell in love with weightlifting. And there's Mandy. Mandy has, she's talking about Stephanie. Mandy's lost quite a bit of weight. Mandy's funny because she exercises and she still bitches about it, but she does it anyway. So she's still finding the love for the exercise. But that would be the second thing I would recommend, guys, is that, so you're going to start small. Just get used to getting your ass out of bed. Just get used to, yes, Miss Judith has lost 80 pounds. Just get used to the movement, but then start with something you'll actually freaking look forward to doing. That is step 2. Don't sit there and wonder why it's hard to get motivated to exercise when you've picked shit you hate. You need to think about this. If this is going to be a big freaking deal for you, you need to pick stuff that you're already pre-wired to want to do. And then the third thing is so we're going to start with where we're at, a few minutes. We're going to pick something we freaking like. And then the third thing is you're going to have to try other stuff. You may think you're going to love running and you do it for about 3 weeks and you're like, boy, this blows goats. I don't think I like this. Switch gears. Do not fall into the trap of telling yourself, oh my God, I knew it would never stick. I hate this. I'm out. That's crap. If you really envision yourself being the kind of person who enjoys exercise, you need to be willing to try lots of different things. Get over your bullshit about it and just do it. And I think that's the 3 most important things. I look back on my 100-pound weight loss. I look back on so many of my clients who are slaying weight loss and stuff. They all started like me. They started with a small commitment. They picked something they thought they would like. And then they tried things until they found their passion. And that's what I did. I started with walking, Saw the elliptical sitting over there. Thought I'd try it one day. Tried that out. I always would, at the gym I worked out, it overlooked all the free weights and stuff. I thought, man, I think I'd like to be one of those people that lifts weights. So I started with a body pump class. I was too afraid to go on the gym floor. And I started in the back, by the door, just in case. And then I took some spin classes. What I did was I allowed myself to keep learning that it was going to all be okay and that I could try things. And the more I did that, the more my comfort level and the more my confidence built. And it just snowballed into everything. Okay, let's talk about the Peloton, because the reason why I'm doing the Peloton, somebody tell me what time it is. 8:18. All right, because I may have to split this video up just so I can segment this one piece out. I want to talk about it because I have gotten probably 150 messages at least just in the few posts where I've just been like, oh my God, I got off my Peloton. And I'm just like, I probably need to do a video on it so I can just send this out because everybody's asking about it. I love it. I do not regret buying it for 1 second. Yes, I know they're expensive. Trust me, a small piece of me died when I bought it. But there's been no regrets since I bought it. It is $39 as of like 2018 in December. It's $39 a month for the subscription. So let me show you what that means. Let me see if you guys can see. Yeah, y'all can see this. Okay. I don't know if you can actually see the screen though. It's going to be kind of wonky. So you get a login name, you get a profile. And if Chris decides to buy this bike, let me see if I can take this off. This might be better. Let me turn this around. I guess it's better. So Chris is actually thinking about using it. And if he does, then he will have a separate profile where he can do his own workouts. So you get this is the OnDemand Library. They have live classes. So there's a class with this lady starting in 10 minutes and they just run all day long. All day long. They have all kinds of different rides. So if you want to ride live with people, you can. And then when you're riding live, that means that you have people that you can shout out and all this other kind of stuff. You also have what they call the OnDemand Library. These are just all the classes that have been going on the last few days. You can pull it out by music genre. Of course, I have lived in hip hop land. I have done nothing else other than the hip hop rides. And then they have all kinds of different instructors. My favorite instructors, that guy has the best playlist and he's super motivating. He will just tell you stuff that is amazing. And then there's another girl. Her name is Robin. I don't know why I can't. This girl here is amazeballs. She's hilarious. This one, you can view the playlist if you want to see what songs are going to be on there. Here's all the songs that they're going to play during the workout and stuff. So let's go back. I want to go back to so you go back to the programs or the featured. And they also have strength training classes, core classes, Tabata style rides, all that kind of stuff. But if we go in, I don't think there's one that's going on at the moment. I was going to show you guys. Well, I won't show you that part. But what happens is when you're in a ride, you will have the other people who are in the ride with you. And then if it's a pre-recorded, you can watch everyone who's taken it so you can move up in the leaderboard if you want. They do a really good job of telling you all right, turn your knob and be between these numbers. How fast you're spinning, your cadence should be between these numbers. So I have found that it's worked really well because I feel like I'm learning a lot about riding. So they're really good at coaching, but they're so motivating. That's the thing I love about it more than anything. And then you can high five people and all this other stuff. And you can have followers. So you all could sign up for the same class if you wanted to and take a virtual class together. When they're doing it live, the instructors will shout people out. They have a screen where they're watching stuff. And then let me show you this. You have to use bike shoes. So you get shoes. Mine are clipped in because the only complaint that I have about this bike has been that the shoes are wicked hard to get out. And I have twice now sprung a cramp in my calves trying to get them to unclip. So now I just leave them in there. Since I'm the only one using it, Chris can do it manually, like with his hands. So if he's going to decide to start riding, we're going to get him a pair of shoes. They have a video on how to set your bike up, so you will be able to do that. If you have a store local to you, you can go in, you can try it out in a store, and then you can see what your settings are. They'll fit you, but it's really easy to set up. The bike is super light. You can get a mat to go under it. I don't need one because I have a home gym on cement. And then that's it. It's got wheels if you want to move it around, all that kind of stuff. So I love it. I have no complaints. I think everybody should have one if they think they would enjoy spin classes. They have country music themes. They have all of it. So it's been worth everything to me. And I have rode it literally almost every single day since I bought it. It has been really hard for me to even get on that treadmill. I'm still lifting my weights, but I really like it. And they have I don't know if you guys can see, on the back, you can put little 3-pound hand weights. A lot of rides, they'll have a ride where they'll also do some arm segments to break it up in the middle where you stay on the bike and do some stuff. It burns. It's not heavy, but oh my gosh, I'm humbled every time because I lift heavy, and just lifting 3 pounds for about 1 jillion reps fries me every single time. So it's very worth it. I think it's great. I would highly recommend it. If you do get one, friend me when you get the Peloton app. I am PNP Tribe Queen. So you can always find, that's my rider name. You can also, if you do get one, tell them I sent you. It's Corinne, Corinne, Crabtree. Let them know. You'll get $100 off and I'll get $100. And it's so weird because I don't think I can get anything other than shoes and sports bras. So anyway, maybe I can become sports bra rich. That's it. So I'm going to go answer some questions now. Somebody said I do the same thing with my spin shoes. I'm telling you. PNP Groupie, I found a decent spin bike off Craigslist for $150. Then I subscribed to Peloton to access the classes. Able to pull up on my TV. Cheaper option, but some effect. Exactly. They have an app that goes along with it. So you can even take the app has treadmill workouts and stuff like that. And that way you can take it on the road with you if you want to. And I have an old spin bike that I'm trying to find someone to, if you're in Nashville and you would like a spin bike, there's an old shitty one right over here that you can have. It works fine. It just, man, once you've done this, that is can't wait to join your tribe in January. I've been hoping you would find Peloton. I am hopelessly addicted. Best piece of exercise equipment ever. Oh, I just gave you my name. So yeah, make sure. Sweat and Glitter. Oh my gosh. You'll have to friend me. I'm desperately looking for, Peloton friends. That's the other thing. Good morning, Miss Heidi. One of the things that I love about it that makes me happy, because in my mind, I want to do things that I really enjoy doing when it comes to fitness, because for me, when it's exercise time, that's my time. That's that time of the day. I have my butt jams on. I have drank my coffee. I am in here by myself. It is just Corinne time. I'm not working. I'm not doing any of that. And so I really enjoy that time. So I always pick things I'm going to look forward to. I look forward to getting on this. I look forward to doing runs, and I'm not a fast runner, guys. I'm I'm a 13-minute mile kind of girl. And I love lifting my weights. So what I've done over the years, if you could look, and I know some of y'all have seen my home gym before. I have over the years collected all the toys. I have ropes, I have kettlebells, I have everything you could think of. It took me 13 years to collect all this. But I can't tell you how many Christmases I asked for the gift of fitness. I have been to fitness camps. I have the dumbbells were a gift from Chris one year. The squat rack was a gift from Chris one year. Last year, the treadmill and the rower were gifts for me for Christmas. I've always asked for those things. And I think for me personally, I just, all the years I was overweight, I never thought that I would be the kind of person that would want exercise to be my gift. And there's something about even saying it, there's something about thinking it that just feels so good in my soul. You know, it took me so long to lose my weight, and I think this is important for all of you in maintenance. I think it's really important for you to construct a mindset around loving what you do when you get there. The only way to keep your weight off is to figure out how to lose your weight. And this is what most of us do. We lose our weight restricting ourselves and taking away. And I want you to think about, I want you to lose your weight figuring out how to love the new life you're building. And that's what I teach in my tribe. It's like, let's get rid of all that old shit. Like all that restriction stuff, let's get rid of that part. And let's build and create that life you're really wanting. Because if you're building the life you dream of and the one you want and the one that you envision and stuff, you're never going to want to go back to the old you. Because you've learned that old you sucked. Like she was emotionally eating and afraid of life and embarrassed all the time and living her life based on avoiding feeling bad. And I want us to create a life we're going to love. And I need my glasses on. Hello, Miss Sarah. All my tribe members coming in here. Y'all all up early this morning. Look at all these people doing the mile a day. That's awesome. Future New Year's baby. Who are my future New Year's babies? I see a ton of groupies in here. Good morning, groupies. Susan, PNP Tribe here. I always try too much too soon and feel defeated. I've been walking routinely and have come to grips with that being enough. Yeah, and it's like, here's what I want you to think about, Susan. It's not even coming to grips with it. Like, I want you to think of like, it is enough. Like, start teaching your brain that not good enough is not an option anymore. That what we're doing now is we're building foundations. We're figuring out the base for the next step. That's what we're doing. Like, you guys really, I want you so focused on figuring that part out. Like, how you talk about where you're at and where you're going is everything. Most of you talk about where you're at and how it's not good enough. If you feel like shit, you won't keep doing it. You have to start retraining your brain on that inner dialogue of how it's going to talk. And it's a retraining. Like, and it ain't going to happen in 2 days. You're not going to like listen to a Facebook Live and be like, oh gosh, that makes sense. I changed. No, you're going to listen to a Facebook Live, like, oh yeah, that's great. And then you're going to try it and it's not going to be easy. And then you're going to get pissed. That's what happens. And what I want you to do is notice that you're getting pissed that it ain't happening immediately and be like, oh, that's probably my habit of immediate gratification kicking in. Changing how I think is a really good way of practicing not getting what I want in the moment. Sticking, like I'm going to practice sticking with it until my brain gets in gear. I wonder what else that mirrors. Oh, maybe changing how we eat too. Always think about all these things that I'm teaching you. Apply in one area so that it can be easier to apply in the next area. PNP Groupie, I've lost 85 pounds. How do you know what to do when you actually get to the gym if you have never been an exerciser? Well, I suggest a few things. One, most gyms have a trainer. I would just walk in that office and say, look, I want 3 sessions. I don't want no damn package. I don't want all the things that you're going to offer me. I want 3 sessions. And I want someone to teach me the lay of the land, a workout that I can do on my own over and over again. That will be session 1. Session 2 will be the exact same workout, you refining my form and telling me what I need to do. Session 3 will be you doing the exact same thing, tweaking stuff so that by the time I'm done with session 3, I know exactly what I need to be doing. And then you just keep doing that until you either want to buy 3 more or you get to where you feel comfortable enough exploring and doing other things where you can watch some videos. Guys, there's so many good videos online on YouTube that are free for weightlifting. You can take that shit to the gym and do it. I see girls all the time with their dumbbells in a corner watching a video and just working out to it. You can do all of those things. And most gyms will have someone that will take you around and show you like a basic machine full body workout. That's always a really good beginning too. They have, a lot of gyms have weight classes. I would just go to weight classes for group classes. Those are all good. Mary Smith, good morning, lovely lady. I lost my 120 pounds with you without exercising. Want to start adding in more movement for 2019. Amen, sister. Way to go, Mary. 120 pounds. I can't believe how many people, I can't even believe now how many people in the tribe have lost over 100 pounds. It's staggering to me. When I just see y'all posting, I'm just like, holy fucking shit, what are we doing here? Like, we're losing weight. Do you really think just 20 minutes a day riding a stationary bike can make a difference? Let me ask you this, Jean. What difference do you think sitting on your ass for those 20 minutes is making a difference? That's the real question. The alternative to your 20 minutes on a bike is, well, I don't know if 20 minutes will make a difference. I might as well sit on my ass. That for sure isn't. Why not just give that stationary bike a few rounds, try it for a month, see if it makes a difference. If after a month you're like, oh, no difference at all. Here's the thing, Jean, though. If you're wanting to know, does it make a difference? It's going to make a difference in your commitment, your showing up for exercise, and your heart strength. But if you're sitting there thinking that any exercise you do, I don't care if you come in here, pound out an hour on the treadmill, running at full speed. If you think any of that's going to make a difference in your damn weight loss, wrong. Go take the free course, pnp411.com. You got to get your mouth in check. Your mouth is what makes a difference on the size of your ass, guys. No exercise is going to do that. Let's see. HasFit, Stacy Parent says, HASFIT, another great free option for workouts. Another New Year's baby. Woo! I'm home with my wisdom teeth out. And I did not buy ice cream. I'm going to tell you, I had my wisdom teeth out a few years ago. I can literally have all kinds of surgery and it not bother me. The wisdom teeth about took me down. I was like, tooth pain is the worst pain ever. I don't know what this is. This Devon Hopkins, let me see. Does anybody know how to delete the comment? There you go. Let's just get old Devon and his I'm only going to ask you once if you want to make some money this holiday season. How about, here's my birds. There you go. Chelsea, I'm up and walking this morning. No excuses. 125 pounds, 0.4 down. No more excuses. Let me just tell y'all, Chelsea has an amazing story. She's one of our girls. I'm going to we're blocking Devon. He's in here posting all kinds of junk. I'm going to tell you, I'm so glad that Devon has all kinds of time on his hands. I wish the rest of us did, where we could just sit around on Facebook Lives and just act like ass clowns. Something I say to myself, just showing up is succeeding. Amen. Well, I can't see the more button on some of these. You were exactly what I needed this morning. You went on my walk with me this morning during my son's hockey practice and gave me a much needed kick in the ass. I just got off the elliptical. I felt like ass today, but I did it anyway, and I'm glad I did. Thanks for your encouragement. I'm telling you guys, so much of working out is allowing yourself to just say this is when I practice showing up when I don't want to. I can't tell you how many days I don't want to exercise, and I freaking love exercising. But there are just days where my monkey brain is oh my gosh, we should just eat breakfast this morning. Oh my gosh, we need to check our email. Oh, did you watch the news yet? My brain is everywhere. And some days I'm just tired. And on those days, you know what I do? I come out here and I walk really slow and I put in my own motivational podcasts and I listen to something. And I usually don't do a kick-ass workout on those days. When it's nice out, it's not nice right now, we're in the middle of December. When it, like in the spring and summer, I just go walk my neighborhood. I don't go out there and try to get beast mode. I just go and I just be with myself. I always think of movement as a gift. Let's see. Pattern interrupt. Yes, I can use this as a new cue to not rebel against myself. Pattern interrupt, pattern interrupt, pattern interrupt. Amen. Good morning from Arkansas. Ran a 5K last Saturday and I'm a runner. Down 21 pounds since finding the podcast in July. Amen, sister. Let's see. Is there any I'm trying to see if there's any questions. God, y'all have lost so much weight. All right, so Jill is one of my clients who's down 120 pounds and she has a disability. So she does chair yoga every single day, y'all. Like, and she's killing it. Jill, I just want you to know that I include, like, I just got through taking some of y'all that submitted for success stories. You're in it again. You were in it last time and you've lost even more weight. When do you open again? I know it's soon, but not sure the exact date. Okay, so this is a good question. We're going to open on December 30th. December 26th is when the Back to Basics Challenge starts. And I know all of you look forward to it every time I open. It's even better this time. I redid the workbook. So it's like, the workbook actually has some meat in it. So I'm excited for that. For my tribe members and for everyone, all of the Facebook Lives this time are going to be on this page. And I wanted to do this for two reasons. Number one, most people know to find me here, so it's a lot easier to find me here. Number two, my tribe members love to listen to those Facebook Lives, even though they're already in the tribe. They just like waking up with me and stuff. So I'm going to hold them here so that the tribe, you guys can come on live and you don't have to be in the groupies in order to do that. So, but for the groupies, one of the things that I want to do for you is all of you that are going to sign up, you'll be in the free Facebook group. We're going to do the live here, and then we're going to make sure that every single day it's uploaded to your group so that the videos live over there too. So it won't be hard to find them and all that kind of good stuff. But man, I'm going to tell you, this challenge is going to be really good. Christy lost 200 and just did goat yoga. Oh, Christy Stewart. Yes. I was like, who? And then I was like, oh yeah, Christy, because I remember the picture of the goat. Should I run and strength train on the same day? You can, Michelle, if you want to. I often will do I love getting a nice sweat in most days. I don't every single day, but if I'm planning to do weights, I usually do about 30, 40 minutes of weights, and then I'll do 20 minutes of exercise. But it just depends. But I usually do my cardio after I do weights. I prioritize strength training first, and then I will do any kind of cardio. And then sometimes, if I kick my ass enough on the strength training, I know there's no cardio today. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any questions, you guys. I tell you what, if you are listening to the replay and the pod, so this always comes out on the Saturday podcast. If you're listening to the replay, there's a lot of really good comments in this particular Facebook Live with recommendations for free exercise places on YouTube and all kinds of stuff. You may want to come back and watch this video or just scroll through the comments. I think today is December 5th, 2018. You can always go to facebook.com/PNPgirl and you can find the replays of the videos. Do people tend to know when they're ready to join the tribe? I have a tendency to buy all these things but never follow through. We'll be talking about that during the challenge, Diane. Some people absolutely do and some people don't. I don't think you need to know if you're ready. I never think that that's for me, it's not a criteria. If I had to be certain about trying things in my life, I would do nothing. because there's never a guarantee. Like I always tell people, don't be hosed by your own brain that you have to know exactly the outcome in order to do something. You need to get in there and do something and create the outcome you want. That's how it always works. But our brain tries to tell us that whenever we're trying, like, I don't care what diet you start, whether it's with me or anybody else, if it's exercise, if it's getting a new job, starting a business, finding a man, whatever it is, most of us, our brains crave certainty. And so if you crave certainty, you need to create this kind of certainty that's actually going to pay off, which is, I don't know, I can never predict an outcome. But what I can predict is my actions, and my actions won't stop until that outcome is realized. And that's how that works. That's a really good question too. Everybody's like, that Peloton's worth every penny. Does your bike have clip-in pedals? Yes. Hey, Jamie. I almost messaged you last night, Jamie. I don't know why. I saw something a conversation you and I had a long time ago. I was like, oh, I need to like message her. Let's see. So you can get the app membership and use it at a gym for those of you who don't have to get the bike. Yes, Laura, you can get that app. Especially if you have a gym that has a Peloton bike, or if you have a gym that has a good spin bike or something, you can always get the app. You could go to the gym and just use it there. Do you recommend starting with cardio when you first starting 10 to 15 minutes a day, or can it be strength using dumbbells? It can be anything you want, Jen. I ride outside with a group of other girls and we bundle up and ride. Does the Peloton take up much room? It takes up this much room. I don't know. It depends on like my definition of a lot of room and your definition of a lot of room might be different, but it doesn't seem to. I don't think it does, at least. I mean, it's probably, I mean, just like any spin bike, it's no bigger than any other spin bike. Like that, I've got another spin bike sitting back over there, my old one. It's just as big, and that one's a piece of shit, so. Is it okay to exercise if you have or are getting a cold? I tend to err on the side of taking a break and resting and relaxing, or doing something easy like some yoga or some walking, so that your body can prioritize getting better. Let's see. Back on track after weekend at cousin's wedding, was up 2 pounds, but now almost back down to where I was, and I planned my drinks and ate 2 to 2. PNP groupie. Congratulations, lady. How do we tell our spouses to back down and let me do my little things? When my husband sees me not being perfect, he bombards me with negativity. I've learned to tell him to piss off and not let it bug me, but still. Well, you haven't learned to not let it bug you. Otherwise, you wouldn't want him to stop. That's the God's honest truth there, Jamie. Why does it bother you is the real question. It's probably because you're thinking he shouldn't say these things. If he supported me, it would be all this. It's like, look, he's got opinions. They're just wrong. Just because he states his wrong opinions doesn't mean that you can't just keep doing your little things. Unless for some reason you have it in your brain. It's like, oh, when he says this should change my behavior. No. He gets to say whatever he wants. Here's how I always think about it, because like I have people who give me opinions about every single thing in the world. Everything, with how I should do a live, what I should I cuss or shouldn't I cuss? My husband's got opinions about all kinds of shit, like everybody does. I just always think they just want the best for me. Like I always try, like I want you to think about your husband like you think it's negativity. I don't think in his brain he's sitting there going, I wonder how I can fuck her day up today. Girl, please. You know what he's probably thinking? I don't think she's going to be able to do it. I should probably say something. I should probably tell her what I think. Maybe she'll listen to me if I try harder. Like in his, like just have a hot second. I always invite you guys, this is what y'all do. If you get into someone's brain, you assume the worst case scenario. I want you to get inside of his brain and assume the best case scenario of what his motive might be, it's probably not to just fuck with you and piss you off. It's probably, especially since you're married, it's probably because he thinks that you're like really wanting to lose weight and he should offer up some opinions. He's like, I'm just going to try to help. And then once you do that, then you get to understand it's like, oh, I'm the asshole. I'm the one that's sitting here being the negative one. I'm assuming that he should just be someone different so I can feel differently. It's like, how about you decide to feel differently because you aren't the asshole? Like, that's what I always tell myself. It's like, when I'm sitting there thinking Chris should be different, I'm like, oh my gosh, why do I want Chris to be responsible for my own emotions? If I'm not willing to do it, why do I want him to be willing to, want him to sign up for the job? So it's like, remember, you control how you feel by how you think. Right now you think your husband shouldn't be saying these things. I want you to think about why he might be, and that it might be coming from love. It's not exactly what you'd like to hear, but that's okay. I would much rather my husband tell me things I don't want to hear, but come from a place of love, than to just tell me what I want to hear, and on the inside him being like, that bitch. I'm just going to tell her a bunch of shit because she gets cranky. Like, I would much rather have it that way. What kind of sports bras do you use? I have fake boobs, so mine don't hurt when they bounce, but I use Under Armour. What's a decent weight lift? I don't know, Alicia. I would just Google that and just see what's out there. Honestly, I don't think there's, like, when it comes to a weightlifting set, I don't think you need to get, like, there's no brand. They all weigh the same. Like, I happen to have, I think I have Hex dumbbells. They're super expensive, but that's because my husband picked out one. I don't know why he picked those out, but I have also, these came from Walmart, and I bought these back in like 2009. So, I mean, I wouldn't spend a lot of money on dumbbells. You're just going to throw them around and lift them. All that matters is the size. That's it. What do I think about Beachbody? I think they're great. I used to do Beachbody workouts and stuff all the time. I don't anymore. I have a girlfriend that she's like our PNP Beachbody rep. Her name's Paula. I can get her to come back in here and message you if you want, but I think they're great. I have a lot of PNP girlfriends that love Beachbody streaming videos. They all work out together and stuff. I think one of the things I do like about Beachbody that I remember is when I was doing their workouts, I used to recommend them. Like, it's one of the few like paid services that I recommend a lot, is because they're really good about having a complete system and giving good instruction. Let's see. Oh, somebody was looking for the free course. It's pnp411.com, and you'll see the free course button. And if you're looking for the podcast, it's Losing 100 Pounds with Fit and Fat. Does the Peloton, oh, somebody already asked about that. Someone's lost 51 pounds. Do you have those bars? Got them, but can't find exactly how to use them. I do have them back there. I use them for pull-ups. You're just going to you're going to put them next to your sides. You're going to lay down between them. And then what I do is I put my feet like down. So when you pull, if you need help, push through your heels at the same time. That will help. You also can stand them up, and you can do like leg overs with them. You can lay them down. You can do push-ups. You should go to YouTube and search those, and there are workouts on YouTube where people show you how to use them. Should you work your way up to strength training, or can you include it at the beginning of the journey? You can include it at the beginning. Just start low, guys, and watch videos or watch something that will give you some instruction. Don't just start slinging them around and shit. Best running shoes, you need to go to a running store and get fitted. I have worn Nike, Saucony or Saucony, however they say it. I've been a New Balance girl in the past. It always depends on what, like now I'm in Saucony. Just depends on it depends on your foot. How do you stop self-sabotage when you're getting results, when you're not getting results as quick as you want them? You tell yourself results will come with continued applied action. For fuck sure, results will not come when you eat because you're frustrated. Staying out of self-sabotage is where you remind yourself the only reason why you're frustrated is because of how you're thinking about it. The only way results come is by action, guys. You have to be taking action. So if you're going to not take action and you're going to self-sabotage, you have to really tell yourself, like, oh my gosh, like it's not coming as fast as I would want. It's like, okay, well, I'm not a titty baby and I'm not 3 years old. I don't always get what I want when I want it. What I can do though is keep doing the things that I know will eventually pay off. It's the only thing that makes sense. When is the next challenge? Oh, I've already answered this. How do we find out more about joining the challenge? You need to be on my mailing list in order to find out about the challenge. If you go to pnp411.com, take the free course, then you're on the mailing list. If you've already taken the free course, you can always go to pnptribe.com and get on the wait list. Both lists will be alerted when the challenge is going to open. I think the first emails are going out, let's see, whatever a week before the 26th is. It'll start on a Wednesday. And then it'll be like the Wednesday before, or yeah, basically the Wednesday before Christmas. The emails will start going out to sign up. All right, guys, one more question. How is the best way to plan with a work schedule that varies? I start between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. and I'm having trouble managing hunger, getting up so early. Any advice appreciated? I think what you just need to do, so this is why we teach the 24-hour plan. You just need to, here's the thing I want you to hear, Leslie. If you're hungry, you just eat. When your body sends you true hunger signals, it's time to eat. So make sure your plan has food available so that if you are hungry, then you just eat. If you're not, you just skip that one. And that's how I would do it. But I would make sure my 24-hour plan, you know, like if you know you're going to have your work schedule is going to start at a certain time the next day, that's a different time, you just plan accordingly. Plan one extra thing. Just because you plan something extra doesn't mean you have to eat it. You still will be going according to your hunger scale. All right, guys. We have the free course is pnp411.com. The challenge is starting soon. Also, I wanted to let you guys know, if you have a husband who might want to give you the gift of PNP for Christmas, or, you know, a friend or whatever. I keep getting a lot of people emailing me asking, I want to gift someone PNP when you open. If you will email us at support@pnptribe.com, we will send that person, either give them our email address or whatever you want to do. We will send them all the information they need in order to be able to give you starting with PNP, because it's $289 to join, and then after 30 days, it's $49 a month. So we will get all the information to them and hook them up for you if you want to do that. So other than that, I will talk to you all next Wednesday. Have an amazing week. Make sure you're listening to the podcast. We have some good ones coming up in December. Kathy and I worked really hard on the December podcast. So make sure you're listening to those. And I will see you next Wednesday. Bye, y'all.